Alrighty then, we are heading to Shellwood. We're starting here in Bellhart, where we can't really do much until we have to like go through Shellwood to get there. And Bellhart will be in the next video. Here we enter this, swampy looking, kind of lush green area. And we find some water bugs and a new pilgrim that flies and throws spears. And these guys are pretty annoying. They won't stay still. And then you smack them too far away to hit them. But after some time, we take them out. And yeah, they're pretty much a couple of them around these areas. The water beetles are also super annoying. But eventually I'm going to switch my crest. You'll see later on. The other crests have a much more forgiving down slash. But when we float over here, we're going to climb up. And there's these new bugs called shell bugs, I believe. And so once you crack their shell, there's another bug on the inside. First, before we go up that way, we're going to head to our right. And there's a couple items we can grab in this room. The first one is right here, and it is a frayed rosary string. You might want to kill the shell bug first. And then we're going to continue over to our right. And we're going to find a hidden passage. So now we found these purple bugs. And the key to them is pretty much don't even bother with them. Just go straight for the nest, because as you kill them, the nest will just keep spitting more out. But once you take out the nest, then they can't, repopulate. And once we destroy this nest, we can go inside of this little hidden passage to find a really fun tool. It's called the Longpin, and it's basically the spear that the pilgrim was throwing at us. And so then we're gonna climb up this way. There's a couple more things in here. So those purple flowers up there we will come back to later, because it's very important for a quest that is really cool. We'll get to that later though. But currently we cannot get up there until we get the ability that we unlock in this area. So we're just gonna head over to this top left corner and go through here. Now once you drop down, this is a wave battle with a couple new enemies. We have the exploding flowers. They're not too tough as long as you kind of keep your distance when they're about to spark. And then we also have these stick bugs that kind of dash at you and try to slash at you pretty much. Nothing too serious, just kind of back away and then smack them when they're done hitting. And then the final wave is 2 stick bugs and one of the exploding flowers. Pretty easy wave battle if you ask me. We're gonna head out to the left after we finish that. And from this side, we can climb up to the bench area. And we're pretty much in the center column of Shellwood, so definitely by the bench and set your spawn here. We will be back in this room multiple other times throughout this playthrough. So we're gonna head through this left passage and open this elevator. And it's gonna drop us into the next huge room. We can see some more wasps up there. Some more shell bugs. But first, if we head to our right, we can open up this big door. So now we can run through the pretty much whole bottom of Shellwood. So you can see it enters us back into the room we were in previously. And now from here, we're first gonna jump up this way. Watch out for the sticks that you see. When they start shaking, it'll turn into a stick bug. So as we climb up, we see another stick bug, and we'll come back to this room. That's where we're gonna get our quest. And this is entirely skippable. It's not like the other one where there's a secret passage behind it, but you know, gotta fight stuff anyways, so might as well. But we are gonna drop down here and climb up, and we can get one of our first quest items that we're gonna need. Watch out for the wood wasps over here. And here's our purple flower, and it drops a Pollip Heart. We're gonna need to be finding pretty much all of these in the area. So next we're gonna show you where the quest is. Yeah, just skip these guys, to be honest. So now heading back to where we had passed that room earlier. You can go in there first, doesn't really matter. But yeah, we're just gonna head through that passage up there. And it is a dead end, but there's a house in here. And inside the house is a really creepy looking alien bug named Greyroot, who, once you go through their dialogue, they will give you a wish. So you have to talk to him twice. He asks you for the Pollip Hearts to perform a ritual called Rite of the Pollip. We'll be needing to find 6 of the polyps. We've already found 1. And in this video, we're going to be finding 5 of them, and then you have to go through Bellhart to get the last one. So pretty much we'll come and finish the quest in the beginning of the Bellhart video. So once we head through this room, we can find Shakra here and get the map. So we can also find the Bellhart map on her, so we'll go ahead and get both of those. Also, the Pollip Heart quest is going to allow you to get this tool that allows all your weapons to be poisoned. Your throwing weapons. So pretty useful. I do end up using it on the boss in Bellhart. But so now we have these flowers here that are pretty similar to the red bulbs in Hunter's March areas, except once you hit them, they kind of disappear for a minute. So you kind of have to make every little jump count. Take some precision on that part. Now, once we make our way down, we're going to be able to find a flea, but it's a little difficult because of these little sentry type flowers that keep shooting these little blobs at you. You see, I was about to die here. So I'd really suggest just running right past them all because they're kind of difficult to dodge. Once you get down here, just smack the flea out and then just jump back up past them. So heading back up, we can head through our right here. We got another little platforming on these flowers. And if you break through the vines, we can continue through, and this is actually going to bring us to a mask shard. Not even too difficult to come grab. So now we have our 3rd mask shard on my playthrough series. Now these guys, I'd suggest just skipping because, I mean, they're just going to be in your way. You see over here, you could just drop in the water and swim across. So now we're back in this room. We're going to hop up. And now we're following the sign for the bell station. So we're going to go ahead and open that up here. door over there that we can't open yet. So now we head back this way. Now there's another passage up here to our right. I'm trying to hit these guys so I can get my get silk. The passage to the right, yeah, we're actually gonna come back to that later. There's another way to go down here to our left. It's a long drop down. And so up here is a secret area, kind of secret, not really, where you can grab some rosaries. There's some lore over here we can read. But there's a new pilgrim. He's gonna try to act friendly at first, but you might as well just go up and smack him because he's not your friend. He swings these beads around. He's got really long reach. So the way that I chose to deal with it is to kind of cheese him. You can like bait him over here to the edge, and then just smack him, and he won't be able to hurt you. Now, if you let him get too close, he might fall off the edge. I don't know. So I'd probably try to smack him every time he gets close to the edge. But that's all that's in here is just him and some rosaries. So now back into the original room. I'm gonna head to the left here. And I just decide to skip past all these bugs. And so through this way, you can break these vines, and it's pointing to another bench area. There is a rosary stringing machine. Here's where our bench will be. Now, if you need to heal here, you can, but we're gonna be heading back now. It's probably better to just leave the spawn at the other area, because that's kind of like the general area that we're gonna be heading to get to the boss. So back this way. It might seem like we're backtracking a little bit, but I'm just trying to cover all the different areas that we need to hit. Because so now we're heading towards the area where the boss is. So if we take this right passage here, there's a harp here that we cannot really do anything with yet, but you'll see why that's there later. Now in here is a platforming challenge to get a Pollip Heart. First we're going to take care of this mantis who we casually drowned. Now this is going to take some getting used to. Pretty much you have to hit them in a specific order and then kind of float to the next one. That's how I figured out, like that's just what worked for me. So right here, float, hit, and then there we go. We got another Pollip Heart. That's our second one. So now this room is actually similar, or the same room that the bench is in, but we're just like at the top, look, the top area of that room. And over here we find another elevator. So that's gonna bring us to a shortcut to where the bench is at. So we're gonna make our way back up here. And so I know you saw the item down there shining. So if you want to get that, it's over here behind one of these guys that you kill. There's like a little passage. There he is. So he's kind of like deep in there. Once you kill him, you can walk through. And you can climb up to grab that item. Rosary string, so it's worth it to grab, because I think what rosary string is like 120 rosaries. But then we're just gonna go through this area here and get ready for the boss fight. So make sure you definitely go back down and rest at that bench. So we see this little waterfall. That means you know you're getting close. And you'll see the vines coming down everywhere. So once you reach the other side, you're locked in. And here is Sister Splinter. She reminds me a little bit of Fourth Chorus, the way she kind of slams her hands down. Pretty easy to dodge. When she shoots the vines down, kind of like focus on getting them out of the way really quick, or she'll box you in. And then she'll also start to summon guys. But other than that, she's pretty easy. Like, you got plenty of chances to jump up and smack her. And these are the kind of like wood wasp guys that she summons. And they're actually pretty annoying. It's hard to deal damage to them when they're spinning. And they just constantly kind of do that. You can see he blocked my attack twice. But yeah, I'd also kind of try to focus on getting them out the way. Because it's going to be hard to dodge them and her at the same time. That's our warding bell. Putting in work. So yeah, always kind of do not get boxed in by the vines. When you knock her down, it's a good chance to get in a good couple of hits to build your silk up so you can heal if you need to. There's our heal going off. She should be almost done. Yes, so this is her phase 2. She'll drop a lot more spikes. Like I said, you do not want to get boxed in because she will kill you really quick if you don't have anywhere to run. Summoning the guys and like beating on the ceiling, there's a good time you can get like 3 or 4 smacks in on her. Ooh, I almost died there. Wood wasps are so annoying during this fight. And there we go, she explodes. Nice. So now we head through this passage to the left, and we're gonna go find an ability. These guys are so annoying. You'll see them all throughout here, popping their little heads around. So if you float down here, there's another Pollip Heart. This, I believe, is the Pollip Heart number 3. Alright, now in this room to our left, watch out for these guys, of course, but we're gonna swim across this pond. Now these, man, I don't know how you're supposed to dodge those. I guess just jump up really quickly. You can grab these rosary beads up here. And then if you pogo off that guy, you can hop back up. Otherwise, you have to go all the way back around. But we're going to hit this top right area here. And over here we can grab a new ability. So now we have the Cling Grip, which is effectively the Mantis Claw if you've played the original Hollow Knight. And super useful, super useful. So you can climb up on this right side here after you get the ability, kind of test it out. And we're going to be heading through this area. We're going to find another Pollip Heart, amongst other things. So I was kind of wasting time fighting this guy. You'll see, like, I kind of do not like fighting them, so the next one I'll just pass. Yeah, like this guy, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Now here we find another of the wasp nests, and this one does have a passage behind it. And here is our fourth Pollip Heart. So we're at 4 out of 6. If you jump up here, you can grab these rosaries. And that's pretty much it for this area. So we're gonna drop back down through here, and it drops us right back out from before we fought the boss. So we're pretty much almost done with the area here. There's a couple more things. We're gonna find the entrance to Bellhart right over here, and we can just smack through these walls here. And once you see the little bell crawler guy through this room, this is the like north side of or the north tunnels of Bellhart. But we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna first jump over here, and if you climb up through the ceiling, there's a hidden room, and you can grab a shard bundle. Then we're gonna slide back down here, and so now we have to find the 5th Pollip Heart, which is right above the bottom Bellhart entrance into Shellwood. So we can go ahead and take the elevator down. We're pretty much dropping to the very bottom, the bottom rightmost room, and it's in the top right corner of that room. So here's the flowers that we saw in kind of the beginning of the video, and now we can wall jump up here. There are wood wasps, and that's our 5th Pollip Heart. And so now that you have that, that's pretty much all we need here. The 6th Pollip Heart is in the tunnels, the north tunnels of Bellhart, and there's going to be a passageway that kind of brings us back through to here, and then we can go talk to the guy that gave us the quest and poison our weapons. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.